What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video, we are bringing back some more McFly. I'm pretty hyped on this one because this is actually called The Musical, and someone said that you can actually learn a little bit more about them just through this song. So I'm really hyped to check this out. I want to give a huge shout out to Caden on Patreon for actually requesting this video. Thank you so much. What we've watched from McFly so far has been really awesome. I have definitely fallen in love with Tom Fletcher's vocals. I even watched recently like an acoustic performance, and I was blown away. So I'm really hyped to actually check this out. This is at Royal Albert Hall. Pretty cool. I actually just watched Niall's live concert from here, and it was really awesome. So let's do it.
You all right? You all having a nice 10th birthday?
He's such a good frontman. Just because he's so likable.
Can't tell you how amazing this is for us. To have 4 nights here with you guys is incredible.
Damn.
We don't often get a chance as a band to kind of reminisce and reflect on the journey we've been on over the last 10 years, and before that, and the journeys we've had individually that have led us to be here with you tonight. And I don't know if you guys know, but I went to theatre school when I was growing up.
That makes a lot of sense when I think of moments like the weddings, his wedding speech that he did and stuff like that. You can definitely see that he has this energy about him that he's able to move crowds, and I think a lot of that does come from, you know, part of an acting background. So it totally makes sense why he's so he's such a likable frontman.
I'm one of those stage school kids. I did ballet in a unitard.
Hell yeah.
And musical theatre's always been a passion of mine, and I've always wanted to write a musical. And I thought, well, I'm only going to get one chance to play the Royal Albert Hall, so I thought I'd write a song especially for you guys for tonight.
That's pretty
So
tight.
I'd like to play it for you now. This is this could go horribly wrong. I apologize in advance if it does. This is called McFly the Musical. "10 years have gone by in the blink of an eye. Time really seems to fly when you're in McFly. So thanks for coming here tonight. I hope that we aren't playing shy. And if we are, please be polite, or Doug will cry."
What?
I wrote this song so that collectively we could get some perspective before we play and you scream, cheer and clap. So please allow me, if I may, to take you someplace far away.
Oh, shit.
And quickly give a brief 10-year recap. In 2001, I attended an audition and became the 4th edition to the busted first edition. After 24 hours, those frickin' busted bastards kicked me out and told me I was not what they're after. But
Wait, why does that sound familiar? I think someone has like asked me to check out a group called Busted. I didn't realize that he was in it, but the shade there, I'm sure it was just all in good fun. Actually, I don't know, because I don't know much about this dude, but I know that people have asked me to check out Busted before. I didn't realize Tom Fletcher may or may not have been a part of it, and I would definitely be interested in checking that out because I like him as a person.
I attended an audition and became the 4th edition to the busted first edition. After 24 hours, those frickin' busted bastards kicked me out and told me I was not what they're after. But I'd have done the same if I was in their position. But I'd have kicked the one out with the eyebrow condition. And was it the end? No, it didn't stop there. In 2003, up in Bolton somewhere, I met someone with talent oozing out of his bones. That's right, folks, he was called Danny Jones. His skills on the guitar really are quite insane, but what balances his talent is his microscopic brain. He agreed that him and me should write a bunch of songs, so we got a record deal, and here's where it goes wrong. We held an audition and two guys came along called Dougie and Harry, and that's how McFly was born.
I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty creative way, especially for someone like me who knows a handful of tracks, mostly live performances, and then like a little bit about the frontman himself. This is actually kind of an interesting way for me to get a perspective on the majority of their career in a very brief history, while at the same time still getting moments like Tom Fletcher's just beautiful voice, even when he's doing like a silly musical moment, it's still fucking good. I love that. Like, I noticed that a lot in his wedding speech as well. Like, it was like, it's supposed to be a romantic moment and kind of a funny one, but he still had these crazy vocals in it.
Being McFly is pretty awesome. You get to do radical things, like touring around the world from Madrid to Brazil, or building schools in Africa for kids that are ill. Yes, every day is different but equally thrilling. There's no way of knowing what tomorrow will bring. Being McFly is pretty awesome. It's not very hard to see why it's so awesome. Be awesome. It's not very hard to see why it's so awesome being McFly. Being McFly is pretty wicked, but I am just one of four guys. I'm the only one who's not been on reality shows, but if I did, I'd know I'd be receiving your votes, cause I could do the tango with some folks that are famous, or chill out in the jungle eating ostrich's anus. Or there's the Big Brother house, but I would never go in, cause I'd rather sing some opera with Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen.
God damn.
Cause I'd rather sing some opera with Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. Or I could stay home writing songs for One Direction in search for sing-alongable musical perfection, and spend an hour admiring my Harry Potter wand collection.
Same.
Dougie wants to add a joke in here about erections, but it's a family show, so I'm making some corrections for those penis-eating jungle swingers, ballroom dancing or pro singers. Jungle swingers, ballroom dancing or pro singers. Being McFly is pretty awesome. It's not very hard to see why it's so awesome being McFly.
Like when he gets that chorus at McFly, wow, it's 5 letters and I'm having trouble spelling it. He actually kind of sounds like Billy Joe from Green Day. You can like hear a little bit in it. Like I imagine he could get up there. Maybe they've done that. I should look and see if they've done some Green Day covers. I know you hear it now.
It's been emotional, seems so effortless. I do it all again for the hell of it. Just don't ask me why. It's been embarrassing, seems so effing stressful, but overall it's been delightful. It's hard to whine. Every now and then the strangest things go on, like being on the cover of a gay magazine with no clothes on.
Hell yeah.
But after 10 years of it, we just don't give a shit. We will do anything, literally anything. We might even pull our trousers down and wave around our dinglings. Being McFly is pretty awesome, but it's not been the easiest ride. Dougie went to rehab and thank God he came back. I lost loads of weight and now I'm no longer fat. And Danny's going bald so he might start wearing hats. We've had our share of tabloid-covered exploited romance. We still don't know if Harry really shagged Lindsay Lohan. Check me out cause I can play piano with one hand. That's how awesome you become if you are in my band. You paid for the ticket, so should probably buy a program.
Oh, hell yeah.
Occasionally magical, dramatical, fanatical, for us matter of practical, it's actual, fantastical, contractual, we sold our souls. There's no turning back at all from McFly. Emotional after 10 years. See my eyes are filling with tears. F, it's effortless. L, like elephants. Why? 'Cause they're awesome. Just like
Why? It's awesome.
C,
Woo! Okay, so right at the intro of this, I said that I like Tom Fletcher as a frontman. He's charismatic, all these things. Makes so much sense when you find out that his background consisted of him going to theater school and he was obsessed with musical theater. Oh my god, it makes so much sense. So, what I love about this group is that they don't take themselves seriously while still being serious. So, what I mean by that is they obviously like to have fun. We're at Royal Albert Hall 4 nights in a row. Obviously, this band is serious. This band has a huge following. This band has created something so special for themselves. He can go on stage and do a very silly musical where they talk about some pretty big deals, rehab and things like that going on in the band's history, while doing it completely just funny and having a great time. Not even trying to do some crazy vocals or anything, although we did get some pretty great falsettos. And then there towards the end, he had so many words and one of those verses kind of like, I was super into it, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. But watching all of that come together, you know, this was 2015, so they had been together for 10 years at this point, obviously 15 years now. Math, how does that work? And what I can kind of gather is that there's a lot that I don't know about this band. Even listening to these little moments, it's kind of crazy how a band like McFly, and I say this about like One Direction as well because they existed. I knew who they were, but I didn't know any of their songs. Whereas McFly, they've been around for a long time. Until this channel, I had no idea who they were. And they've got this massive following. And so it's true that like we're never really gonna uncover all the great music that is out there because it's almost impossible to do. Now, having said that, there were a couple things that were mentioned in here. The writing for One Direction. So I'm curious as to what songs McFly or Tom Fletcher is credited for in the One Direction catalog because obviously I love One Direction. So it'd be really awesome to know what he's actually done for the group as far as contributing. That would be really cool to hear. 2, I gotta find out what Busted is. He was only apparently in the group for 24 hours, so I don't know who else was a part of that. And there's definitely a lot to know about this group. It's kind of crazy that they're so big overseas, and in America I have no idea who they are. So that's definitely a band that I want to keep diving into. Like I said, I've spent the majority of the time watching their stuff, really kind of like being in love with Tom Fletcher, and a lot of that just has to do with his personality. He's just such a likable person, and I feel like you can't watch that wedding speech and not fall in love with him. So I'm having a really great time checking out McFly on this channel. Huge shout out to Caden on Patreon for actually requesting this. Thank you so much for bringing more McFly. I know a lot of people love it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.